Hello. I'm back. So last year, me and Tammy built these beds. Well, we built these beds 3 years ago, but I changed it all up last year. Made this place bigger, and I added this back here just because there's a lot of room. And I said last year that I was going to build a box, and just never did. You know how it is. Y'all say you're gonna do something and not do it. Well, that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm not gonna hit play and make y'all be bored by watching me make, all the digging and squaring up and stuff, but I'll bring you along in stages and show you. I'm fixing to go get a shovel now and start squaring up, so I'll show you a couple clips of me doing that. And then of course I still got to go round up some kind of 2x4 that I can hammer in the ground and nail these boards to. But anyway, I'll bring y'all along slowly but surely. But I wanted y'all to see, I showed y'all a video on here about 4 weeks ago of planting them onions. They seem to be doing pretty good, and I planted some lettuce and garlic, and garlic in the back, and 3 or 4 different kinds of lettuces up front, and the little lettuces are coming up. They were coming up right here, but my chickens got into it, so had to run them out and put that little fence around it. But anyway, like I said, I'll bring y'all along as I do it and get back with you. Right there. Well, we got the cows fed. His lab come out there, and old Dolly likes to stomp that old lab. He's trying to keep that lab from going out there, and he wouldn't listen to him. And Dolly just sit there or just stood there like she wasn't paying him no attention. That's what donkeys are good at, making you think they're in a threat, and all of a sudden she just almost stomped him. But he got smart and listened to Todd after that. Tammy wants to take that back wall and scoot it in, so we're gonna move some dirt from the front side of that bed where we can scoot it in, probably 8, 9, 10, whatever she wants to do. Well, folks, I hope y'all liked our video. We wanted to get something accomplished tonight. I feel like we did. We got the bed built. I'm still gonna put an end on it down yonder, and then I'm gonna work all this dirt and bring in some of my compost, my homemade compost. Tammy did get some lettuce planted. Kale, okay.
Curly leaf kale.
Curly leaf kale. We're getting there. Our garden is getting ready. We can't wait for them pre-grocers.
That's right.
All right, here's part 2 of my, not part 2 because it's gonna be on the same video, but it's been a couple days since we did that right there. I kind of brought y'all along while I was doing it. We're gonna finish it up today. What I gotta do now is cut that dirt back and square it up where I can put me a 30-inch board in there and screw it, and then she'll be done. Basically what I'm gonna do is go down there with that hand tiller, break it up. I'm not gonna make y'all watch the whole thing. Y'all probably wouldn't anyway. Anyway, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that loose dirt, level it. Anyway, I'm gonna go down through there and do that very same thing all the way down. I'll bring you back when I start bringing in my compost from over yonder. Okay, well, I got all my dirt leveled out and broke up. Now I'm fixing to go with my tractor and get some of that black gold, as I call it, and put in here, and I'll show you that next. I just don't want to give y'all long videos and y'all get bored and turn it off. And I'd rather you watch it, you know, with little pieces here and there, and see how I advance through the project. And if it's something I'm trying to show somebody how to do, I'll do a longer video. But you know, just screwing boards together, I think everybody pretty much knows that. If not, let me know, I'll show you. Okay, so I have spread the good dirt. I dumped the good dirt. Now I'm gonna level it all out, and then Good Friday I'll be planting all my vegetables. Speaking of vegetables, I need to look and see how they're doing. My little seedlings. Okay, looks like I got, so far I got a few carrots popping up. Yeah, I can feel the heat in here. But Blue Lake bush beans, some Marzano, if I'm saying it right, it's paste tomatoes. I hadn't seen nothing pop up out of the jalapenos yet, but it will. Beefsteak tomato plants popping up. Turnip greens, cabbage. I guess it'll just take some time for these others to pop up. At least I hope so. Yeah, as long as they're all good little plants by Good Friday, which is a little less than a month away, I think I'll be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna spread that out and then I'll show y'all when I get done. So I got the dirt spread out. I'm gonna let that settle. I probably need to put a little bit more on that end, but I'm gonna let that settle, and hopefully by Good Friday it's good and worked in, and I can hand till it, plant my plants. And I put a little dirt. I brought a little extra dirt, so I brought it in here, and I still got to bring in some more, and I will. Tammy already did this box the other day. She put extra dirt in this one. I'm hoping to have a real nice garden season this year. My onions I planted here about a month ago, them suckers were probably, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches long. I did a video on it. You can go back and look. I want y'all to see how good they're growing. Them suckers are growing. They're really growing. We can start clipping them now for meals. I'm wanting the onions to get big because it's some sweet Texas. It's the closest thing you can get to Vidalia down here in Arkansas. But anyway, yeah, they're growing good. They like that dirt. I just hope the onions getting big. And we have jalapenos, tomatoes, cucumbers, okra, squash. And I'm gonna go over on my other property over there, and I'm gonna cut some long rows for some corn and potatoes. I'm not gonna try to do potatoes again in these boxes. Every time I do it, I fail. They rot and they don't do good. But and hopefully this year we have a better squash here. I'm thinking about putting that squash over here. The more I think about it, it's a little bit more sandier, and it won't hold water. Like that stuff held water, and I think it probably hurt the squash last year. So I'm gonna do that over here. Squashing, my plan is squashing to watermelon over here, and I think we'll have something there. Cucumbers over on that trellis. Tomatoes over there in them two. Was squash here, so I'll do maybe okra here and jalapenos, which my jalapenos was over in that second one closest to the end, and they done real well. Anyway, I'll figure it out, but I'm definitely gonna do my squash in that bed there. All right, I'll get this video out to y'all.